Let's meet our hosts, Priscilla Moy, Celina Sasso, and Jocelyn Abrego.
Hi guys! We are live on social media shows. My name is Priscilla Moy.
I'm Celina Sasso.
And I'm Jocelyn Abrego.
And we are Striptee! Woo! Let's cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers! Cheers! So this is only our second episode, right, girls, of Striptee. A month ago, we tested it out, and it was pretty good. Like, we were just kind of feeling it, and it was a vibe. Basically, we talk about everything under the sun, from pop culture, entertainment, drama, gossip, everything, our opinions on it, and just literally spilling the tea. But since we're in Las Vegas, we obviously have to pay homage to the Strip, clearly. So we are Striptee. Every second Wednesday of the month, we are just going to discuss two to three topics, unless you guys have any, suggestions. You can email that to our amazing producer, Maria. But today, drum roll, we are talking about, do you girls want to tell them the deets?
Law of assumption.
Law of assumption, manifestation, law of attraction, the secret, however you want to claim it, period. And our second topic?
Agencies.
Agencies that run the world. Agencies that run the world of entertainment for all of us. And singers, music, makeup, beauty, acting, modeling, dancing. It's a mess.
Yes.
Anyway, so after the break, we are going to start with the law of attraction, manifestation, law of assumption, however you want to call it, which we will talk about. Mm-hmm. So make sure to stay tuned. Again, we are your hosts, Priscilla,
Celina,
and Jocelyn
of Striptee, and we will see you right after this break.
This show is brought to you by Michelle Kubiak with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Michelle at 702-683-6576. Her license number is S.48606. This show is also brought to you by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, located on Silverado Ranch, here in Henderson, Nevada. Restore, relax, and refresh.
Social Media Shows is a production company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms and also on our website socialmediashows.com. And we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Striptee! Woo! Spirit fingers! So before we get into our first amazing topic, I just want to remind you guys that this is a drinking show. So
we are
remember that. We are in Vegas, we are drinking, we are allowed to do so. We're not trying to condone this behavior, but this is a drinking show, this is our vibe, and we spill the tea in mugs, but instead of that, we got a little brewski going on. So every week, just to add in the flavor, we're going to add in a little
flavor.
Tea. A Vegas tea. Right? So let's start off our first topic.
Spice.
It is manifestation. As you guys know, if you ever heard of the movie The Secret, which also derived from the book of the same name, The Secret, it's a law of attraction. It's also been called law of assumption. It's also been called of just manifestation. But then, as of late, because of the TikTok It has been called the Lucky Girl Syndrome. And because of that, because obviously that made it viral, everyone's acting like it's new. We are going
TikTok always
we
does
are going
that.
to talk about it. And
Like,
since
we've been new.
Jocelyn is the TikTok queen,
Yeah, TikTok.
she can start us off on it. We're going to go from what it is to then if we've been practicing, success stories, how you guys can do it, and some of our favorite coaches that are out there. Majority of them are on YouTube that you can go figure out for yourself. So Jocelyn, please take the lead with the Lucky Girl Syndrome.
Yes, so I'm so excited to talk about this because this is like one of my favorite topics to talk about is manifestation and just really how you can make and your dreams become your reality. And I really mean that for anyone. It's possible for anyone. So the Lucky Girl Syndrome, it's been super trendy on TikTok, like Priscilla said. And TikTok always likes to think like it comes up with these big ideas itself, but it just recycles things and makes it into a trendy term. So right now it's a Lucky Girl Syndrome. And pretty much what the Lucky Girl Syndrome is, it's a law of assumption. And the law of assumption says that whatever we assume becomes manifested into our reality. So what we assume about ourselves, what we assume about what's going to happen in our day, manifests into our reality. So the opposite of that is the Murphy's Law, which a lot of us in our society run off of the Murphy's Law, which states the opposite is whatever can go wrong goes wrong. So, if you stump your toe one morning and then you're like, damn, like that hurt. And then something else, you're in that state of mind, where, you're flustered because that happened. And then something else happens. And then it just seems like there's like a trickle effect that something, bad things were happening all day. That's because you were assuming that those bad things were going to happen in your day. But if you choose to do the opposite and you choose to think that you're a lucky girl, you're that bitch, you're capable of having everything in your life, then that is going to be true for you. So I've seen it manifest in my life in both ways. I've been super positive and I was like the luckiest girl, right? That's literally what I believe. But then I've also had the complete opposite mentality in the short part of my life, maybe about a year and a half, where I thought that I was the most unlucky girl, and because everything bad would happen to me all the time, and I literally I would have the worst luck, and it's because I was stuck in that mindset at that time in my life where the worst things would happen to me. So I literally the worst things. That was the worst part of my life. But then once I started realizing that, oh my gosh, I've had that perspective before where everything good would happen to me, and I was fine. And I've had this other perspective where everything bad happens to me, and that's what happens, and that's what would happen in my life and what would manifest in my life. That's when I started to be more intentional about how I think and what I assume is what I would want for my life. So it's really about just playing with your thoughts and just bringing and focusing on the things that you want to bring into your life instead of the things that you don't want. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been practicing that too. You just said everything so perfectly.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for clarifying everything in it. And I remember learning about it as a kid, and I thank my mom for that a lot because she introduced me
taught
to.
you?
Yeah, yeah. She
okay,
made.
Mom.
Yeah,
Hi.
she
so
read the
awesome.
books. She read the books. She got it down.
Oh my
But
God.
we're all human. We have our ups and downs. We think the worst when we really shouldn't. But it really comes into practice and even meditating. If you are able to still your mind for at least 5 minutes, you're doing good. And then each time it becomes a habit and you can go up to 30 minutes. And I think we're just so caught up in this world of I'm so stressed, I'm struggling, that we don't get to sit down and just take in the air. As hippie as it is. But literally, if you still your mind for just a few minutes, you bring in better things and you look at the world differently, if you will. And that's what I've noticed even recently, because I fell off, been back on, fell off, been back on, and I'm back on now. And I'm even noticing that with my habits. And along with the manifestation stuff, like in your career, I feel like we all compare each other to somebody's success, and we're like, why am I want to be there, or like something like that, because we all go through that. We all want to be somewhere where we're not, and we don't take the appreciation of where we are right now. So one thing is, I learned from a podcast that I'm going to mention real quick. Her name is Ree. I don't know her last name, but she runs the Healthy Hose podcast.
Oh my God, I love
Yeah. She's on Spotify, and I don't know what.
Healthy
But,
Hose.
yeah, she said, don't compare your level 14 to somebody's level 24.
Right.
Because
Love that.
we all have our journey to get to
Yeah.
where we want to be, and that coincides with the manifestation, Like, you just gotta think. I don't think you can. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna say you can't, because, like, you can feel like. Can I curse? Shit? No? Yes? I don't know.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
we're
feel-
drinking.
okay.
I think we
I don't
already
know.
crossed the line. What is this type of
Okay.
show?
I know, I'm like,
It's
okay, I
over.
said it's over.
Okay.
It's over.
I don't
This
know.
isn't tea. It's done.
Okay, you can feel like shit and then still succeed, Like, a lot of people do it,
Mm-hmm.
but once you feel so good in yourself, I feel like so much more comes to you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like things come in, like, gaps when we feel our worst.
Yeah.
And then things come in full circle once we're feeling great. And that all comes with loving yourself,
Yeah.
girl. Like,
And it takes
girl.
time.
It
It's-
takes time.
And
It's not-
even like that, even if things aren't, or even if you're not feeling okay, it's okay to feel that way. Just, just having that belief that even if I'm not okay right now, everything will be okay in the future. Like, I think that's like one of the most important parts, is just accepting where you are at the time, no matter what it is. And then just knowing that, having the belief that one day everything's going to be fine. You're not going to feel like this permanently. It's not a permanent situation. Your life looks different, even a month from now. So can look completely different a month from now. So, just having that, just faith in yourself and in your vision, pretty much.
Yeah. So, backing off all of this, so my presumption, because this is the amazing thing about manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, is that there's so many different ways to call it because so many people view it differently. And the way that they navigate the law is very different, right? So I remember watching The Secret. There is the documentary on Netflix, which is based off the book of the same name. And then it goes over different ways that people have used the law. So whether it be mood boards. I'm sure everyone's known what a mood board is, which is also kind of like the power of visualization. So if you can put pictures of things you want to achieve in life on one board and you stare at it every day and you believe that that's what's going to happen for you, the universe will somehow make it happen for you.
Mhm.
That's one way of doing it. Visualization is also another way, just without a physical form. So if you meditate, you picture things that you want, whether you put it in one specific thing. Like, I know the biggest thing you'll see on YouTube and online is what we call SP, which is specific person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to get an ex back, you're trying to get someone a crush, or you're just trying to get someone that a famous person, I don't know, whatever, an SP, specific person, whatever way you want to be in your life. Yes, in a certain way. You visualize that person in a way, and you do meditation, whatever the case may be, right? You visualize you becoming rich. You visualize yourself having that dream job. Whatever it may be, you visualize that while meditating. There are also the biggest thing, and this is what I condone, is affirmations. Affirmations pretty much is you repeating, and I say this with robotic affirmations, repeating a same stern point that you repeat day in and day out. So if your main goal is to go to a Harry Styles concert, let's just use that for example. Every day, when you're showering, you're brushing your teeth, you're changing, you're washing dishes, you're literally like, I'm going to a Harry Styles concert. And you're not wavering in your mind. That's the biggest thing, is not wavering, because that is indefinite. The biggest thing is that you sit there and you're like, I'm going to the Harry Styles. I don't care if it's sold out. I don't care if the tickets are $1,000. I don't care if he's not coming to my city. Somehow the universe will make it happen.
You gotta believe it.
I am going to see Harry Styles. It's one of those things that gets a lot of work, but it's going to happen. And the one thing that I know a lot of coaches say is that the minute that you doubt is when you are in your own way. So having blockages, having baggage, having something where, okay, you say these things, but the times you're not saying it, you're sitting there being like, oh God, I'm not going to see Harry Styles.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not going to do that because how can I do that? I can't afford paying $1,000 for a ticket. He's not even coming to Vegas. He's going to freaking New York. I'd have to get a plane ticket. I have to do this and the third. It's like what we call 3D. And so a lot of people focus on the 3D, which means literally our life as we see it right now. This is what we see. These are our circumstances. These are the reasons why it can't happen. And because of those things, what I want cannot happen. Yeah. And so the biggest thing coaches say is do not ever look at your 3D as a reason to not believe that what you want is going to happen. So if you want to get a text from your ex, you want to get back with your ex, but you're going to say, oh, the last time we spoke, he told me we are never getting back together because he's not ready for a relationship. He's getting back with his ex. He hates me. My family hates me. He told me he'll never love anyone except his ex. All of these things are what we call circumstances. If you sit there, you'd be like, I don't care what the heck he said.
Right.
Like, he loves me.
He's with
he
her,
loves
but you know
me.
what?
You know what? She doesn't even exist. Like,
Right.
I think it's a lot
We're
of
together here.
coaches call it like, you know, kind of what,
living
like,
in a delusional state. Being a
it's like
delusional
being
girly.
in a different reality.
Yeah.
And like kind of rewriting the past. If you believe that that never happened in the reality, because I think there's like so many different realities that you could be in, but in the one that you're in, maybe in a different one, you guys never get back together, and then you, whatever the heck might happen. But in this one, if you want to be back with that person, but this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. He lives in a different country now. He moved because of that job. I moved because of this job. Never gonna happen. Well, then it's never gonna happen because you just told us that it's never gonna happen. So therefore, the 3D. If you rewrite the story, you say, you know what? All that stuff never happened. He never told me that he ever want to talk to me again. He never moved because of his job. This was just temporary. I don't know what the heck. You know, I know it sounds delusional. You don't have to go out of the world and tell your friends, oh, this is like, because it sounds a little crazy. But if you yourself believe it in your 3D world, it will come into light.
And it can sound crazy if depending on who you're talking to. But it's okay to sound crazy. It's okay to because you're reprogramming your beliefs. It's what it is. And like Priscilla said, basing what part of manifestation, it's not your logical mind. It's not using what you've experienced in the past and what's happened to you in the past to bring and manifest your life. That's manifestation is more about your intuition and playing with. It's like magic, really. That's what it is, and you can't really bring so much logic and oh my God, well, it didn't happen in the past. This is what happened here in this situation. So because of that, this can happen. It's really about being in a magic state and in your mind and with your life where you are living like this fantasy life in your head, because the way that I see it is we are all the main characters in our lives. We're all that bitch in our fucking lives. And that's how we all should treat ourselves in every situation. Like every room that you walk in, you are worthy of being the baddest bitch in that room. You are the baddest bitch in the room. And it's not so much like, you're in competition with anyone else. It's that I'm in competition with the who person I was yesterday. Like, I want to be better than who I was yesterday and achieve what I want. And
yeah. Like, literally, I think it's derived from, it's Neil Goddard, right? Like, everything that you envision and you attract, and, like, everything is you pushed out. That's his main word, is everything is you pushed out. So then if that's what you believe, that that's how you are, and that's what you want, deep down, your subconscious beliefs, then that's what's going to show up to you. So everything's kind of delayed. Your 3D is relayed. Yeah. So whatever you're feeling. And if it's not, if you're sitting there being like, oh, no, I affirmed, I said last night 3 times that so-and-so is going to be my husband. But then the rest of the time, you're just sitting there being like, okay, it hasn't shown up yet. Okay, this is not working. Therefore, that is you pushed out. So what are you going to see in your 3D? It's kind of like a movie, right? That is going to happen after the fact. So if you're sitting there and just spending your time, obviously there's going to be a delay, but it's going to happen. And it's just basically like whatever you want, you can have. It can seem very ludicrous. It can seem very wild that you're like, there's no way, but that's a blockage. That's a belief that you're having. That's a circumstance that you're believing.
That's something that you've been told before that it's not possible for you, but only because you've been told that before and you've been conditioned to think that, it doesn't mean that that's the truth. And once you start like filtering the beliefs that you've been told and conditioned to believe and the belief that you want, like, no, I want a Ferrari, or I want, to be the top makeup artist in town or in the world, like, you have to think of those things and not be consumed with your current situation and what it is now. Just be consumed with your dream. Be consumed with, what you want to bring into your life. And but if at times you allow yourself to I believe that it is helpful for us when we do get blockages and limiting beliefs that come up, because they're telling you, well, maybe you think that you're doing all these affirmations and stuff, but what are you really believing? Your limiting beliefs are telling you what your subconscious is really thinking. So, and even your life. And that's one of the toughest parts really about this inner work, is you realizing that a lot of the things that you don't have in your life are because of you, are because of the things that you believe. And it's like you really have to become self-aware in what you're thinking moment by moment. Like, when you're in your car and you're in your car and the thoughts that you're letting kind of run in your mind, what are those? What are you allowing your natural state and your 24 and the hours that you're awake? What are you allowing your brain to think? Because if you're doing affirmations 10 minutes a day, but the rest of the day you're allowing your mind to think the things that you don't want to think, then that's why those are your limiting beliefs, and that's why you haven't manifested what you want. Yeah. Or as quickly, because it's still possible to manifest what you want, because I've manifested a lot of things, like, even when I didn't know about manifestation completely, but you don't, you can get your manifestations even quicker if you really become aware of your constant thoughts throughout the day. And it really is a practice, so you have to be patient with yourself, that it's not, everyone wants like a quick fix, like, oh, well, I want it now, like, why isn't it happening now? But everyone is on a different journey. Everyone is, has their own shit. So, only because it takes, one person however long to get there, it can take the other person longer, but that's okay. It's like, and you just have to honor your journey and where you are, and be patient with yourself, because it's all a practice. Manifestation is a practice, and the more and more you practice it, the more and more you start becoming aware of your thoughts, then it'll be easier.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think it's the journey that makes it so fun to get to your goal, and we don't appreciate the journey as much as we should. And I'm like an admitter to that,
Me too.
Right, we all
Girl,
are.
I can have some days where I'm like, what the heck is going on?
And there's times like we don't want to do anything, and that's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up if you're like feeling your lowest. Like, we're at the end of the day, we're not.
We're still human.
Yeah, we're still human, so it's okay to feel at your worst, and also things I feel are put into place for a reason. People cross paths for a reason. Everything that happens is for a reason, and if it doesn't, it's because I believe in 3 answers that the universe gives us. It's either yes, not now, or there's something better, but it's never a no. And if you feel like it's a no, it's literally one of those answers, because if you really wanted, for example, this role, or you auditioned for something and you didn't get it, and you were like, oh my God, I worked so hard on it and I could have sworn I had it. There's something 10 times better out there for you, and the reason you didn't get that was probably because there's going to be some drama behind the scenes that you don't have time for, you know what I mean? Or the pay is not worth the time you're putting into it. So I really believe that when things don't work out, they work out for your own benefit.
There is an opportunity
In everything.
in everything, and if you choose to believe that, and that there is an opportunity, then you see that everything is meant for growth, even like the painful stuff, especially the painful stuff. Like, really, that is what makes you grow the most, because, you know, I just feel like a lot of, even like influential people, or like Oprah, like people, some of the manifestation coaches that I listen to too, they've had really tough childhoods, and they had really tough upbringings and everything, like everything that was meant to, like, you know, tear someone down, and they prospered from that, and they help impact so many other people. So I truly believe that even our struggles, for sure, are meant for opportunities of growth, and to make us those strong soldiers, okay? Because we have to be strong to freaking survive in this world, and all of our industries, we have to be strong, you know, or even just to survive Earth.
But this is what I mean. So all three of us have obviously different belief systems of how to navigate the law of attraction. And that's how it shows up in our world. So no matter how you believe, what you believe in life, that is exactly what's going to show up. What you believe will work for you is what's going to work for you. What you believe will not work for you is what's not going to work for you. So for me, if I don't want to accept something, I know I have the power to change it. If I wanted to just accept it and believe that whatever, it's fine, that's what's going to happen, right? So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just a way that you want to navigate it, in which you can do. So my favorite manifestation coach, obviously is on YouTube, is Sammy Ingram. And she's a very tough love type of person. She makes law of attraction very, very, very simplified. If you look up law of attraction on YouTube or manifestation, you're going to find a lot of coaches are going to be like, how to get your SP fast, how to get a text in 3 days, how to become rich overnight. There's going to be a lot of clickbaits that are going to be out there, but everyone's going to come up with a different way of doing it, and a lot of it because YouTube is a very big way for a lot of content creators and influencers to create money. There are very few that are literally telling you that it's so simple. Sammy Ingram is one of the only ones that is very, very, very simple, and she goes on a very tough love approach. So she literally tells you, I don't know why you guys keep asking me the same questions over and over again when my answer is very simple. If you're telling me that this person does not like you, you already answered your question. Then that person does not like you. That is it. If you're asking me how to get money, I'm going to tell you the same way how to get something every single time. If you want to become famous tomorrow or famous in a month, then you're literally going to sit there and be like, I'm already famous. It's that simple. It's what you literally sit there and you believe is real, and you tell yourself over and over again. It's what you want to believe. So if I want to sit here and I want to believe that strip tea is going to fail, I'm going to sit here the entire time and I'm going to be like, oh, nobody's watching this, in the back of my mind. Right? But if I wanted to succeed, then I would never even let that cross my mind. I would just be like, Priscilla, stop doubting. There are tons of people. There's tens of thousands of people watching strip tea right now, and social media shows it's going to be off the roof.
There's millions right
now. There's no way in my mind. And I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care if Maria's standing there over being like, we got 4 views. I don't care what she tells me, because in my mind, I know that this is going to pop off. Right? And I'm not saying to not be human. We're all, if you get a breakup, if you don't see those numbers, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to cry about it. But if you're months later venting to your friends, oh my God, it's been months later and we got 4 views, you literally are reaffirming the fact that this is not going anywhere. So literally, like, the power is in your hands. How you want to lead your life is actually you.
Like, act as if.
Things act as if. There's people that say live as if you already have it. And I
Mhm.
think that's kind of hard because if you don't know what that feels like, it kind of can get you confused. So my best recommendation is just to sit there and just be delusional to yourself. Don't go out on the street telling people you're freaking Johnny Depp when you clearly are not Johnny Depp. But if your goal is to be like, no, you know what, I look like Johnny Depp, I get one day someone's gonna come up to you and be like, you know what, bro, you look like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I've been there.
But don't be walking. No, don't be crazy. Just like
like
to
Johnny
yourself at home, be like, you know what? I see it. The eyebrows, that hair. I don't know. Whatever it is that you crazy people want, as long as it's not hurting other people, right? You know, I just said that's whatever you want to believe, you will achieve, and that's as easy, as simple as it sounds. That is the secret.
It's
It's
seriously.
literally the secret.
Seriously.
It's hard, right? Because we're sitting there, we're like, but.
But it's also
But there it is.
That part of our brain. So there's two parts of our brain. There's our analytical brain, which is our reptilian brain, which that's the brain part of our brain that wants to keep us in our familiar and has those thoughts and brings those fears and doubts and insecurities into us. So that's our analytical brain. It's just trying to keep us safe because this is what's familiar. So it's like, no, you don't want that. Like, we're good here. We're alive. So it's trying to keep us there. And then there's our higher self or our subconscious mind that wants the best for us, is all of love. That's really, it's just, the source is all love and wants everything that we want, it wants to give to us and tells us a nice thing. So when you hear that voice in your head that is speaking fear, doubt, insecurity into your head, you have to sit,
It's the loudest.
It is, but and it's human. It's in our human nature to hear that, and everyone has that in our heads. Everyone, it's a common human experience. Everyone experiences these two voices. So when we learn to separate our beliefs from that voice that's trying to instill fear, doubt, and insecurity, and we separate that voice from our higher self and what we actually want to believe about ourselves, then we start to really separate ourselves from this other mind because it's not our real beliefs. And those are the beliefs that we've been told in society, from our parents, from our bully, from whoever, like a teacher or something, that someone called you stupid, someone called you ugly, whatever it was. That is not our belief. That is not what we want to believe in ourselves. So once you start to separate those voices and knowing that this one, you choose to who you want to identify, you don't have to identify yourself with this voice, and you shouldn't, because this is not the belief that you have of yourself. It's other people's beliefs of you. But when you choose to think like, well, what do I actually believe in myself?
For some reason, we like to believe negative things. We're prone to believe negative things over positive things because it's just like, who are you to think you can be a millionaire? I don't know. It's weird. But use that same energy and be like, well, who are you to think that I can't be?
Right.
Who are you? I don't know you.
And those people need healing themselves.
Yeah, girl. They need to watch these people we watch because I don't know what they're smoking. Maybe they are, and they're just being delusional.
Right. If anyone
Outwardly
doubts you, just realize there's a reason why they feel like the need to do that, and it's their own insecurity.
It's their own
they
conditioning
feel
too.
like they can't do that, so they're like, I'm gonna tell her she can't do it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah, but if you believe you can do it, truthfully though, don't be out with doing something different and then saying something. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're trying to say. Is that
You
it
have
has
to believe
match up.
it.
You have to believe it. Do it within
Truly.
yourself. Don't go out and then acting the opposite. So if
Yeah.
you're saying something, but then you're trying to take someone else down out of insecurity, or you're trying to be malicious, being negative, like just trying to it's not gonna happen. It's just gonna do this and then nothing. Like you're just gonna be bitter and be like, it's not working. What do you mean? You lied to me, girl? Please,
Just
bye.
30-day challenge, right?
30-day challenge. Just be at home, shut the lights off, and just sit there by yourself. I don't know. Something will happen to you, but at least you're not freaking being out there hating. Don't be a hater.
Those people need to touch
because
grass.
when you're doing that and you're spreading that to the world and the negativity, that is a reflection of what you're feeling inside, and it always is. And that is what the universe is a mirror. So what we see in other people, the good and the bad, we see in ourselves. So
So like, just stay in your own lane. Just shut up.
So if you're talking
Shut
crap about
up.
someone, you have to ask yourself like, why am I? Is this what? Do I think about this? Do I think about this to myself? By myself? Like
shut
what?
up. Just stop.
really have to
Stop
think to
this.
yourself.
Stop this.
Yeah.
Stop this. Stop this. Just stop. Stop. We see you. Just stop. Yeah, maybe it's me manifesting it right now, but I'm telling you, stop, because we see you. It already happened. I'm manifesting that you just shut up.
Oh my gosh.
Shut up.
That escalated.
Period. Because these people be annoying. I know you on there being like, ugh, they're so annoying. Stop. Like, who the heck?
You
I
know
see
what?
you.
That's because
This is strip tea. I'm telling you, unhinged. On my Instagram, I said unhinged and unfiltered. Ugh, y'all are annoying. Anyway, period. Any last words before we move on to the next annoying topic? Trust me, all
you
these
are
topics,
worthy and you are loved.
Yeah, you're worthy.
Yes.
You're loved. Yeah.
And you deserve all of your drinks.
Yeah.
Yes, and the
And get
process is the best part, honestly.
Yeah.
So if you ever feel like giving up, don't.
And you're dying. You won't.
And even
You
if you
won't,
feel like
yeah.
you know, you're at a point where, you know, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. You're not. Just keep going. That's all I ask.
Well, if you believe it, then
Just
you
keep
are doing
going.
something wrong.
Right. Well, but that's okay too.
But
That's
yeah, it's
sometimes part
okay.
of the
It's
process.
a trial and
Just keep-
error.
Just
We're
keep
gonna
going.
get there.
Just keep going.
Life
Yeah,
is
and remember
life.
the 3 answers, man.
3
Yes.
answers per Celina. Celina is like the mediator. She's like
Right.
the
Yeah.
Mother Earth. I'm sitting here being like, let me smack you around. Maybe you'll understand the words coming out. I'm like, you don't think you're not freaking worthy. This one will be like, let me pet you. And then this one's like, let
Gently.
me read the book. I have points. And I'm like, I'll give a freaking
That's
point.
accurate. That's accurate. That's accurate.
This is very much. If you don't want to get smacked around, then don't talk to me. Because I will be like, you're dumb. But
If well, see, I won't smack you. So if you want to talk to me, you can.
Celina's the one. Then Jocelyn. And then maybe if you had enough drinks, you can talk to me. But then I'll just stare at you and be like, per my last speech.
Right. Please.
Per my
refer.
last episode. What do you need me to rehash? See, this is Sammy Ingram's teacher, so if you don't like that type of teaching, don't listen. Because she will look at you and be like, you're literally stupid.
Yep, and that's the thing is that's why there's so many different manifestation coaches and that resonate with different people because I've followed both where there's like the tough love and then there's the coming more with like understanding and compassion and yeah, they're different message. They're the same message, you know, but delivered in different ways and they resonate with different people.
Yeah, I like efficiency. Let's get to the point. Like I don't waste time. I'm actually 20 minutes if you just be like, so if you really think of how the world, I don't care. Tell me, what is the secret?
And yes,
Anyway.
watch and read The Secret, please.
Yes,
That is
it's not really
the
a
first
secret.
book.
We told you the secret in this video, which is just right. Anyway, girls, amazing topic. When we come back, we are going to talk about agencies. This is where we spill the tea. And so make sure to not leave. Get yourself a little drink, and we will be right back with Strip Tea. Girl.
This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion and feeling deep within one's heart. Let's not forget Matoma Environmental Technologies. Global research, development, and manufacturing of innovative photocatalytic products. Our show is also brought to you by Carmelo Rodriguez, who is the author of a best-selling book called Smile. It's based on true events. It's the story of a couple building a family. Get your copy of his book at Amazon today. Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. The GI connections, social media shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Bada bing, bada boom, we are back at Strip Tea. Now that we shed all of our opinions on manifestation, we are switching gears to agencies. This is going to coincide with what we just talked about because we're going to talk about things that we don't like, which is also kind of like us manifesting that in real life. So like it's kind of, don't listen to us. We're just here. Right. Okay, you know what I mean? So like we're going to talk about all the bad things that happen and continue to happen, which technically you're going to be like, didn't you just say? If you don't want that to happen, don't say it. Yes, we did. So don't be us. Is what we're saying is we're not, Celina, maybe. Me, don't be me because I am a walking annoyance. I'm a fly. I'm a mosquito. So anyway, the point is, we are now talking about agencies. Majority of the time, what we don't like about them. Erase the topic we just talked about. So obviously, I am actress, model, everything, TV host, all of the above. So agencies are a big, obvious role. So I don't have to explain what that means. But you two can explain, like if you guys, what if they're beauty agents, with the music industry, what people might not necessarily think of your industries with agencies.
Yeah, so makeup artists, and hairstylists, we work with agencies too, and it's pretty much the same as any other agency. They send us out for jobs, or they have a clientele, and then they send us out for jobs.
Yeah, same thing. Basically, we get an agent to get gigs, and they take 10%, and we keep the rest, basically.
Yeah, and they take a percentage from us too.
I think take 15-20 from me.
15-20. I'm like makeup over here for makeup. It's like 40. 40.
Girl, honey, bye.
Right.
I don't know if we take the rest. I mean, the band basically.
Oh,
but like,
okay, yeah.
So we
that
split that up.
Yeah, I guess.
That makes sense too.
So for me, mostly, I have the option. I'm not sure about them. For it to be non-exclusive and exclusive. So the original thing is when you get into entertainment industry, everyone's always like, oh my god, do you have an agent? You need to get an agent. You need to do this, that, and the third because that makes you feel and sound legitimate. Now, I am here to tell you that does not make you sound legitimate. Honestly, when I hear people be like, oh, I got an agent, that means I'm on my way to the top. I believe that you are not legitimate because I don't care. Like, I hate to say this, but I don't care. The amount of people that I have met tell me like, oh, like, I have no experience, but I'm going to be a star. And I said, oh, that's good. Like, what do you work at? She's like, oh, I just signed with an agency. So it's legit. I'm going to debunk the whole idea of an agency and tell you that just because you have an agency does not mean you are going to be working in the industry, that you are going to be a star, and that you're actually considered the name of whatever it is that you want to do. An actress, which is majority of the time, model, which is also majority of the time, makeup artist, and or singer, musician, band, whatever it may be. Because I cannot. Like, what makes you credential in my mind is, yeah, you can have agencies, but if you know that that's not what's making you claim the name of whatever it is that you're saying that you're doing, then that means that you're legitimate. Because if you're working, then you are legitimate. Agencies, I'm going to let you know right now, unless you have an agent and a manager that is only signed exclusively to work for you and you alone, only you, they will have you be on a roster. What does that mean? Basically means that you're basically like a cow. You are cattle. You are one of many people that are going to make them money. Whether you're beautiful, you can produce milk, you can breed other cows. Whatever it is that you can do for that person making the money is your role in that agency. Now, if you're not making any money, but you're kind of cute in the beginning, but you grew up to be not that cute, then they're not going to use you for anything. Therefore, you are sitting there, not making any money, but you are now tied to one person or company alone. That's basically what we mean. You are a number. You are identified by what you look like, whether or not you have a lot of spots, whether your ears are pointing, whether they're not pointing, whether you're kind of hanging down low with your belly, or whether you're not hanging down low. That is what you are, and that's how they are going to identify you. They don't care about your name. They don't care about your age. They don't care about what you've done. They care about money. That's all that it is. Now, if you're somebody that, as per industry standards, whether or not you don't have the right look, the right height, the right body type, the right skill, the right age, the right people that you know, or the right whatever is trending right now as per looks on social media, or whether or not you're someone that has a lot of followers, that's a big thing right now, then therefore you are not at the top priority of the list. So even if they get a job, let's say they get a commercial for social media shows, they put a casting out, all ethnicity, we're looking for ages 18 to 50, any ethnicity, any gender, meaning that's so open to so many different types of people. Agencies will see that. They think, how am I going to get my people hired before other agencies' people hired? They're going to send who they believe in the industry is what the industry wants. They're going to put a 5'10" white girl, blonde, blue eyes, age 16, 18, but looks kind of 16 in there because the younger, the better. And we like a posh vibe. Obviously, then they're going to send other people a little bit of color or ethnically ambiguous because then they will get canceled, but they will have the same type of thing. Now, they might not have the most talent. They might have no experience. They might just kind of started yesterday, but they got lucky and they were signed. Now, the people that are veterans might not even get a chance to get submitted, but were lied to with the agency saying, yeah, we submitted you, yeah, okay. But nepotism goes above all odds. So they will put the people they believe should be a star before those that actually deserve to be a star. Making it make sense? Make it make sense.
I'm like, how do you not, like, have... Jesus, I bet it's so tough for your self-image working in the modeling and acting industry. Because that sounds really tough.
It doesn't matter what you do. You sit and wait for someone to get you work, which is what I said. If you don't want to have to sit and wait, then do not sign exclusive. Exclusive means you cannot freelance. You cannot sign with anybody else. So you sit at home literally waiting for that one agency to get you a job. If they find out that you are doing anything on your own, even if it goes with Instagram content creation, if someone DMs you from a brand and says, hey, can you promote this for this much money? We need this post with these hashtags. You have to decline it or refer them to your agency. Now, the agency will require a certain amount of fee. If they cannot afford that or they want to do some sort of trade, which is TFP, trade for print, then they will decline it. So therefore, you are out of exposure. You are out of new free product and you're out of a brand pushing your name, therefore leading to further gigs in the future. And you're out of another photo shoot, which you can make more portfolio from. Understand how this is going to hinder you, but some people fall for the dream. Exclusive agency says my clients are Nike, Sephora, Savage, Fenty, Victoria's Secret. They're selling it to a young model that thinks like that's what I want to be, and they think that is their ticket. When maybe one of their models did that job, but they didn't get it through that agency. You understand what I'm saying? They know how to make money, and they know how to keep people from succeeding, and they can control who succeeds and who doesn't. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of how it works for our agency. A lot of the things that you were saying is really resonates with. That's why I'm not super loyal to agencies like you are the same. Because in the beginning, that's how I started off, and I think it's a good, basis, at least for makeup artists, to start off with an agency, because it opens up the doors. I didn't have any professional experience before I started with the agency that I work with. And so that gave me a lot of experience at first, but then I started, then you start noticing that, they push out to their favorite artist and the people that they want to, and so, that's where, like, now I do more freelancing, and I more focus on, I still allow myself to, I still have my name, or I'm still there with the agencies, but I don't take as many appointments because I have more loyalty to myself and my own clients now, because I notice that if I want to ensure my success, it's going to have to be up to me, not for these agencies. Unfortunately, even for one of them it's my makeup idol, one of my makeup idols that I work with, and even with that, I thought that was going to bring a lot of great opportunity, and it doesn't. It's really just up to you to bring those opportunities for yourself and not to rely on these agencies to do that for you. Because it really is just a block. Like, you can only, it's like a cap, pretty much. It's like a cap. Like, you can only go so far working with these agencies and the work that they can provide for you, I guess, at least for me, in my experience.
Yeah. I mean, I never really been under an agency, if you will, because I've heard both the good and the bad, and I never really had the desire to really give someone the liberty to look for my work. Like, I like looking myself, and the idea of exclusive sounds wild. Like, I'd rather not go through that. I do well freelancing, and I've had my moments where I'm like, I am screwed this whole month with no job. But, you know, I trust the pickup, and I still go out of my way to do stuff. But from other people, I've heard, like, cruise ships, like, it's better to get an agency to get you on a cruise ship, because you can audition, but the odds are not likely unless you get an agent. But then again, like, that whole contract, like, let's say you'll be getting paid $4,000 a month on a cruise ship, like 20% would go to the agency, and that's up to you if you want to do that. Personally, I rather audition, but if I'm not hearing calls, I'll probably go for an agent, because I'm not ready for a cruise ship right now, but eventually I'd like to. So that would probably be, that would probably be where I'd resort to if I had to. But I've worked for an agency employed when I worked at a casino doing, like, it was like the only way to get in there. And I can't say that I disappointed in the agency, but a lot of others were. And that's other reasons. But we'll not disclose that info. But, you know, agencies, I would say, have their negatives and sometimes positives.
Yeah.
I mean, they serve the purpose of, you know, what it is. It's an agency, and it can get you a job, some jobs. That serves that purpose. But if you're comfortable with just that, because it to me it can be limited.
It can
and
be limited.
I don't want to limit myself. You know, manifestation, law of attraction. Like, I don't want to limit myself. So that's why, like I prefer to freelance too. And like you said, sometimes it's not easy because, you know, we have our slow seasons, December, January. You know, I don't even want to manifest this. That's why I don't know why I'm saying this, but, you know, that's our, you know, our slower seasons. And if for me to be exclusive with the agency at those times, at that time, I'm like, oh my God, I should be exclusive with an agency because, you know, but I know and I have faith that one day the slow season isn't going to mean anything for me. Like, I know that's it's possible too. You know, I don't have to limit myself to an agency just because my past has told me something different about, you know, certain periods of the seasons of the industries and stuff. But for me, that's why, like, I more focus on freelancing because, I want to have more opportunities for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is just be smart about it. Like, I can't say to not, because I have 6. So I'm signed to 6, but they're all non-exclusive. So what's good about it is if you do this in a smart way and you don't let them mold you in any way, you still get the benefits from having agencies, but also the benefits of doing freelance. Because you have to be very self-aware and confident in yourself to know who you are, what you want. The biggest thing advice I have to tell people is, what do you want? Do you just want to be a model? Why do you want to be a model? Because everyone's modeling? Because that's the end thing? Because, like, what, do you have any experience? Like, what will you just start? Like, you know what I mean? Figure out why you want to do that and then understand who you are as a person. What is your style? What is your branding? What are you trying to achieve? What's your message? Because if you don't have that, and you don't know where to place yourself in the industry, then the agencies will definitely not. They will tell you, one, where to place you, or then not to place you anywhere. Because the biggest thing, and even me, if any of you know who I am and have looked at my work, had many agencies tell me, they sign me because they see that I'm working. So they see money in their eyes, but they will try to literally deplete my confidence, trying to mold me into what they want to put me in. Such as, right, when I moved here, I signed with one right away, but then another came along, and it's very popular in this town, but they basically, the owner told me that I need to give up modeling and give up fashion because I do not look as good in fashion as tall girls would, and even if I know designers, I would ruin a whole fashion show, that I would ruin fashion, and my only way of getting any work is to be the foreign Chinese girl that owns a grocery store. So I have to speak with an accent and be a comedic character. And that's the only way that I would even become an actress. So if you take that and you're sitting there with somebody and you have people, agents will talk to you this way because they think that's their way of being, and their excuse to literally gaslight you and manipulate you and brainwash you by also telling you how badly you suck at life is literally to tell you, well, that's how the industry is. One, it may be so, but even if I was an agent, I could not literally look at a girl and be like, honey, because you're brunette, the only thing that you will ever be doing is A, B, C, D, E. That's not the case. I care more about talent and what you're showing me and the passion and the drive and work ethic that you have. I can come in there, and if you guys know who I am, and show my whole portfolio, 13 years of work with a degree in A, B, C, D, E, all that I've gotten on my own, and that person will still tell me, no, you only belong as a foreigner, not even American. And I speak English, perfect English with American accent, that I only can play comedic role, and that's the only way I will even become an actress. Model, throw that out of the world. One agency recently will repeatedly tell me the same thing until I agreed, because they wanted to hear me say these words out of my mouth. They kept saying, you do know you will never be able to walk in Paris Fashion Week, right? I didn't answer, and they said, you will never be able to walk in Paris Fashion Week. Right? Repeat after me. You will never be able to.
That's
like,
terrible.
They will say this over and over again because that in their mind, they want to make sure, one, because they know it will not make them money. So that way they cannot be held accountable for you saying, why didn't you submit me? That's one brain. Two, in their brain, they believe that should not be. So if someone that's trying to break the mold, like myself, tries to break the mold, therefore, like, that's not okay. Like, it's kind of like when people don't like plus size modeling, they don't like A, B, C, D, E. They have to try to prevent it from what is happening by making the people who have the power to do so to stop doing it. Right? And so I've seen many people sit in agencies and try to come to me and say, well, I need this because that's what my agent told me. I need this in my portfolio. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. I agree.
Limit you, right?
I agree. You should have versatility in your portfolio, but at the same time, know who you are within those. Don't do it because an agent told you to. Do it because you want to. So if you want to have fitness pictures in your portfolio, sure. If you ask me, I'd be like, yeah, that's a great idea. Cool, go do it. It's not up to me at the end of the day. But if you're sitting there being like, I don't feel right now, my body, I feel like I should do this first, but they want it next week, then I would say, then stand up to them and be like, well, you're just going to have to wait on that fitness thing. Because that's not going to get, you know what I mean? Stand your ground and make sure that at the end of the day, you are your own agent and you are your own manager, because that's how they brainwash you. And that's why so many of you quit, because you sit and wait for someone to get you a job after they categorize you in a category that you are not comfortable in. And you are made to believe that that's what you're supposed to do to succeed. And that's not. Look at all the people that succeeded. Everyone is different. Everyone moved and revolutionized a certain thing in their own way. Whether or not you agree with it, they did something different. And now it's a thing, right?
Yep.
Like, so, I mean, it's up to you to agree with that and make that happen. But if you don't have the power to sit there and have someone say that to your face, I know it's very hard, then...
Do they do that also to, like, because they want to, like, inform, and they want you to, like, listen to them and pick the jobs that they would assign.
Well, they have the
you?
power to submit you regardless.
Oh, okay.
But they're trying to make sure you believe that you don't start arguing with them saying, why didn't you get this from me? They want you to just submit.
Yeah.
It's a very submissive industry. What they say goes, and who are you to change it? Like, I don't care. Like, you're nobody. You're nobody unless I make you somebody. That's the mentality. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone goes through that. If you are lucky, you're 5'10", or you're just someone who has that look that gets the work, then you never have to go through this a day in your life. But people like me have to work 100 times harder to even get one job. And I still hear this every single day. And I know a lot of you kind of look up to me in certain aspects, but you don't understand behind the scenes, people are still trying to tell me to stop because it's literally embarrassing. Like, they see pictures on the internet and then they meet me, they see my height, my ethnicity, like, up close, and they see my personality, and they're like, that's not going to work. Oh, you were fine up until I found out how tall you were in real life, right? If I walked in there 5'10", that's why people get signed at 14. Kate Moss, Bella Hadid, or they just know somebody, they can walk in an agency like, oh, you are perfect, because you are exactly what the industry wants, so we will mold you. They could not even know how to walk in heels, but that doesn't matter. That exceeds over talent. So if you walk in and you have the image, the body, everything that they want, they don't care if you were camera shy. They will mold you into it. But someone who walks in there, not that height, but has amazing talent, out of this world, different, yeah, you can coach her. That's your job. Because you are not what would make money. I don't know. That's kind of
it makes sense. It's
thing.
just like coming from someone that isn't in that industry. It's like I feel for that industry, and because it seems so tough to be in. Like just you have to be really strong in your self image and who you are and
Know
how
who you are.
and know your worth and your physical worth as well in order to work in that type of industry and not to let it get to you.
Yeah.
And it like just like seeing like the the models, and I feel like plus size models have just became, because it's trendy. I feel like that's why I'm like agency, or like not agencies, but like different companies are being more inclusive. And it's a good thing. It's definitely a great thing. It's an amazing thing. But like you said, I feel like it's like a trend thing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I wish it was more like genuine, because I feel like you just said, like everything that you just said right now,
Mhm.
and it's disheartening, because a lot of those models, like, normal people we don't look like you guys. We don't look
like you
like
can't
that, yeah.
actually become 5'10" if you're not. Like there's
Right.
certain things you cannot actually
Right.
change. You can wear heels, but what they want to know the height of you flat-footed,
Yeah.
right? And I can't change my ethnicity. Not that I want to, but like there are certain things that you have to understand you cannot change, and that is okay.
Yeah.
But they make you believe that, like, well, if you are that, you can't become something, and like there's nothing you can do about it. And I think that's what strive me to work as hard, because I'm like, who are you to tell me I can't become something because of something I can't, like, I can't change how tall, I can't change who I was born from. Like I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
But like to them, at the end of the day, you have to understand it'll never be enough regardless. So that's why to you have to be enough first, and you
Right.
have to know what you want and why you want it before you even try to get into it. Because if you don't have that direction, you will fall, you will cry, you will just turn into a little shell. Like it won't
makes sense
work.
why you're so strong, and honestly, and in your individuality and how you present yourself, and how you are on social media too. Like it makes sense, because you have to be.
You
In that
have to
industry, you have to be.
You have to be,
And it
not
just
be
in
fake about
every
it either.
industry too, really.
In every
in
industry.
Yeah.
everything that you want to do,
Yeah.
you really have to be that way.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Like, and I'm so proud of you, because
Yeah.
that seems really tough to do it.
And I feel like that's why I want to talk about agencies, because it's different for per industry
Yeah.
and what
For
the
sure.
struggles are for each one.
For
Because
sure.
obviously it's not prominent in certain ones as it in other things. Well, at least from what society is told.
Yeah.
And they might not be as harsh with other things, because for you, like, either you can sing or you can't, right?
Well,
Or
yeah,
no.
not necessarily, because I've been to auditions where they looked at me up and down and said next, because I'm not a twig.
Because the
Mhm.
body shape.
Yeah. But that's what I'm working on now. Yeah, I could say, like, first of all, I want consistent work, and I know what this place is about too. Like, there is a body standard sometimes. Sometimes they really don't care.
Especially in
But-
Vegas, I feel.
Especially in Vegas,
the
because it's the
industry.
showgirl
Yeah.
look, and I've done burlesque, and I've been never told anything from burlesque, really, because that's such of an inclusive, genuinely inclusive genre or art, if you will. They vary, like, the women are so nice. I can't talk about dancers in this industry, but, like, I'm sure there's gems in there as well, but, like, I've just heard horror stories
Oh,
from
yeah.
dancers.
Dancers have a really big horse
Yeah.
Really?
with
Yeah.
agencies because of the pay and the treatment.
Yeah,
Yes.
and singers,
Yes.
like myself and a lot of the singers I know, we've all gone through the same thing with our bodies. Like, I only know like 2 or 3 singers in town who are the look,
Uh-huh.
and the rest are like me, or they're heavier, or they're not fit,
Yeah.
and I don't think that should matter unless you have the voice and the talent. Because I've
Yeah.
seen beautiful women on stage who are very mediocre. I'm like, they're singing top 40 with no, like, personality sometimes, and it's just because they look a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think everyone deserves that opportunity regardless of their looks.
Mm-hmm. It's all about love.
Yeah.
But
And also, I've also noticed that if you're a shitty person, you're not going to go anywhere. Like, that's
No.
just fact.
long run, it might work out for a
It might
year or
work
two.
out for
It
a
might
year,
boost
yeah.
your ego.
It
but-
might, yeah, and the ego is very gonna send you down the drain, for sure. Like, people are gonna end up seeing your true colors at some point, even if it's an act at first where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
nice to meet you, but no, you have to be so, like, not that you have to put an act, please don't do that, but genuinely at the heart, you have to be kind, man. You gotta be nice to people and mean it, and not just show up and feel entitled to, like, oh, I need my volumes set up at this degree and this.
I can't drink regular. I need Fiji water.
Yeah, like,
Fiji
shut
only.
fuck up, dude, and get out of here. No one wants to work with an asshole, okay? That's my my
But
team.
sometimes it works for those people. That's what kills me. So people can still be like that because they've never been rejected. Because they've always gotten lucky. Maybe that's their power of belief.
Those
but
people
to
have
me,
a lot of shit to say.
and they got a lot to say, and they got nothing to show for it except for somehow they get the jobs. Which again, at the end of the day, it's like, dang, but they're banking.
Yeah.
But then you have to, in those moments, I assure you to stay true and be like, but if you've worked for something, I guarantee it will take you all the way. Not just up until you're 40 and now you're starting to age and now you're no longer the leading man. I'm saying all the way. Like, Robert De Niro all the way. Like, all the fucking way. Meryl Streep all the way. Like, long term, you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You don't want to be, oh, I've done how many SAG commercials back when I was maybe 25 to 30. But then once I hit 39, you know, you don't want to be that, right? You want to be a name. You want to be someone. And that's why it's very hard, because those people that are names probably had the toughest journeys. Because they know how to sustain, and they worked on their craft, and they knew what was important and how to succeed in it. And it was because they loved the craft more than they wanted the outcome at the time,
And
which
they
is just
kept
to say
going.
they did something.
And they never gave up.
Yeah, and they never gave up. But they also worked at it. They didn't just be like, oh, yeah, I always give up. I don't know how I get booked. I just always do. And they don't have to do that, like, shit. They're just everyone's favorite. Kiss ass. I can't stand that. Clout chasing. Can't stand it. Don't copy people either. I can't stand that shit either. You know why? Because I'm always the one that has to be the one that copied.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
Because if you really want to expand in whatever it is that you're doing, bring in your authentic self instead of copying other people. Like, that's what's gonna, bring your success in the long term. Because you can copy someone, but you're not bringing the same energy. Those aren't your own words, so it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna hit the same.
People will find out, girl.
Yeah.
That's true.
They
People
will.
will find
Don't
out.
be a
They'll
hater.
see you.
Yeah, freaking
You saw Haley
phony.
Bieber. We all saw Haley Bieber.
Don't be
Okay.
a phony. You're
Don't
a
be
phony.
Haley
You're
Bieber.
fake.
Haley,
We smell you.
I'm Team
Stop.
Selena.
I'm
am
Team
too.
Selena. Okay,
We are
girl.
too, Celina.
She might be here, there, everywhere, mediocre, whatever you want to say about her, but she a real girl though, okay?
Yeah.
She's
She's not
honest.
copying. She's not the one
And she's not
copying,
trying to be
okay?
an IG girl. Okay, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because here's the thing, the people that you're copying figured it out by themselves.
Mhm.
You can too. And then don't also pretend to be like, oh yeah, I did too. But then meanwhile, you're freaking sitting here looking at us and being like, oh, I did too, while watching us and then doing the same thing on set. We see you.
Yeah.
The city sees you. The world sees you.
It's okay to be
I
inspired,
smell you.
but
No.
no copying. 'Cause
No
it's just
copying,
not
no
your
fake
authentic self.
friends, no freaking trying to use that to. Just if you're gonna be friends with somebody in the industry, be friends with them in the industry. Don't be friends with them because you see assets. Because here's the thing: eventually, time will tell.
That's
Personally,
That's tea. No tea, no shade. But I'm teeing and I'm shading.
I mean,
Okay.
slay. You know what? I agree. But personally, I would say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I would imitate me, please. No, I'm tired of y'all. I see y'all. You're. No,
If I saw that,
Then my baby, what is it that Nicki Minaj says?
I would see
they
them
my
be like,
kids.
oh, okay, girl, I see you. And then mine.
They
are
my
business.
sons. That's what she said.
They my
But here's the thing,
sons.
y'all copy, then y'all take it all the way and start popping up everywhere. Y'all
No,
stop
that's
stalking.
not gonna take
Stalking is not.
Mm-mm.
Stalking is not.
It's not gonna
Pay
take you far.
homage, but stop trying to like entwine yourself and pretend you the bad bee. You're not.
Be
I see
your
you.
authenticity is your power, really.
People can see. Camera shows all. Okay, girl. And then if you're somebody, and then you take a 180 and you're somebody else, trust me, everybody can see it. Okay, girl. It's not you growing. Be like, oh my God, growth. I'm just me. I'm just amazing. No, you're not. I hate to say it. You are, but you're not, I guess. I'd rather you just be true and be like, you know what, I'm working on it. Then you all of a sudden flip it around and you become Celina. Like, girl. All of a sudden you got a residency too at the same place, doing the same set though.
Set.
It's good, but people be like, oh my God, they're legendary. And then Celina's sitting there being like, I've been doing this for how? That's the same thing I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Sounds stupid, right?
Don't be a Haley Bieber.
I don't think anybody would be that bold. I feel with the set.
Well, my life?
With the set.
You should see the photo shoots. They copied it. You know what? Never mind. We're not gonna get it. That's a tea from a different day. We're spilling the tea of copycats. We'll change the next episode. We'll change your name next episode. The copy meow.
I never had one.
That's funny.
I wouldn't be able to relate.
It's like you were the epitome of the Four Loko that we all drank when we were in college. People get drunk on y'all real quickly, but real quickly. Anyway, that was agencies. I'm glad you liked it. Again, like I said, don't listen to us. Don't sue us, please. We're not experts. We're just out here trying to survive
That's
life.
our slogan.
Literally.
Don't listen.
Don't listen to us. Don't name the show. Honestly, why did we name the show Don't Listen to Us?
It's strip tea.
Strip
Don't
tea,
listen to us.
don't listen to us,
Yeah.
please. So we are going to end this topic. It is no. So on our way back from the break, we are going to say our goodbyes and then tell you what to look forward to next.
This show is brought to you by We Also Love Our Musicians. Think about Frank's Tribute, an all-star band. It's a Green Bay-based band with Let Me Be Frank's Productions. Family owned by Frank Hermans, who happens to be a veteran entertainer.
Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Guys, welcome back to Strip Tea. I am Priscilla.
I'm Celina.
And I'm Jocelyn.
And we thank you guys so much for tuning in every second week of the month to listen to us chat about absolutely nothing. Honestly, don't listen. Please don't sue us. Please don't judge us. I told you it was unfiltered, unhinged, and that's exactly what it is. We're just talking. I'm not even saying that we actually believe this in real life. Don't actually hold it against us. Don't listen to us. It
I
is
believe in it.
we
Real life.
shit. It is what it is. We are here drinking. We are just having fun. So if you guys love this show, please make sure to support, like, share, comment, subscribe. I sound like a YouTuber. The social media shows, and if you have any topics that you'd like us to talk about, any stories that let's just say you have something going on, you're confused, and you want advice from us three unhinged ladies that don't listen to us anyway, but still that are not right, then please just submit your story. I'd love to actually read those. A lot of YouTubers actually read like, oh my god, so-and-so, XO124 had said.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
You
We'd
guys
love to
can
talk
please-
about it.
Please
And
submit
submit
your
them. And we
suggestions.
also are looking for sponsors. If you'd like to see this show more than once a month, we are also looking for sponsors to sponsor the show so we can actually come in the studio and do a show more than once a month. Bi-monthly or even weekly would be ideal and would be absolutely amazing so we can talk about more and you can see our beautiful faces more often. So always email admin@socialmediashows.com. I'm going to repeat, admin, ADMIN, right? English.
Yeah.
At socialmediashows.com and email the production team what you like, if you're willing to offer a sponsorship, if you want to be a guest host and put in your opinions on any amazing, trending topic, controversial topic. We would love to hear it. We love to see it. We want to make sure this show makes it to the top of your list. So in order to do that, we need sponsors. We need views, we need likes, we need subscribers, we need support from all the amazing people out there. So make sure to show that to the world.
And anyone, everyone
Anyone
who doesn't want to listen to us, but listen to us at the same time.
Yeah, I know. Don't listen to us. Again, I'm going to repeat because we don't want to get sued. Do not listen to us. Do not take our word for we are not experts. We're just out here trying to survive.
We're just
Literally.
like you. Literally, we are just
And this
like
economy,
everyone here.
Trying not to die. So, yes.
Yeah, thanks for joining
If that's
us.
all, thank you for joining us. This is your March Strip Tea. Again, I am your host, Priscilla. This
I'm
is
Celina.
and this is
Jocelyn.
and we are
Strip
Strip
tea.
Tea. See you guys in April. Unless you
Yes.
sponsor.